with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Haley Potter. Thanks for joining us for tonight's edition of the Erie News NOWCAST. Waldameer Park has struggled to find workers this year, and the problem is only getting worse as college students return back to school. That means the park has to adjust, cutting the hours that you can visit and losing money in the process.
As the sun shines on happy guests at Waldameer Park, there's more trouble here than meets the eye.
We had staff shortages all summer, and now it's really going to bite us.
Park President Steve Gorman says late season staffing is always a challenge, but he's been short-staffed from day one.
We've always had a little bit of an issue at the end of the season when colleges start, but this season it's just more difficult, way more difficult.
As the season ends, Gorman has only half the staff he'd like, so he's cutting park hours, which hurts business.
People have money, people want to get out, and it stresses us because we don't have the staff to serve them.
Gorman says the staffing shortage is so severe now that they had to close the wave pool today for the first time ever. They just don't have enough lifeguards to keep it open.
And that shortage affects everyone, from closed rides for visitors to more work for park employees.
We've been kind of stressful, get lots of orders at a time, so definitely a little hard on that end, but other than that, it's been not too bad.
Despite the struggles, Gorman says he's glad to be open, and visitors say a few closed rides don't ruin a good day.
Well, of course it's a little sad, but at the same time there's still plenty to do that's going to fill a few hours here and the last hurrah before school.
And Gorman says business has been strong this year. Despite not being open as many days, revenue will be similar to a typical year. If you'd like to visit Waldameer and Waterworld, it's open tomorrow and every weekend between now and Labor Day. And Waldameer isn't alone when it comes to staffing shortages. A longtime Erie restaurant is closing its doors after more than 3 decades of business, and they're blaming the COVID-19 pandemic. Our Kara Coleman explains.
It is a sign that's been getting a lot of attention over the past day or so. Hosss family restaurant here on West 26th Street in Mill Creek announcing they will permanently close their doors at the end of the month. The other side of that sign, thanking the community for 34 years. Now, we did get in touch with someone from Hoss's corporate office. They are a chain restaurant, and they told us they're closing because of COVID-19 related challenges. Sales have been down, and Hoss's is most recently dealing with staffing challenges that, of course, we've heard so much about. Hosss is known for their buffet, and they did enact a takeout process during the shutdown, but it appears it just wasn't enough. There's also a sign on the building that says BYOB, hoping to entice customers, bring your own beer or wine. That apparently not enough either. Hoss's does have 30 other locations across the country, but we are told by their representative that at this point there's no plans to close any of the others. But again, we do now have confirmation that the Hoss's here in West Mill Creek will close in about 10 days. You can see on their sign their last day, Sunday, August 29th. In Mill Creek, Kara Coleman, Erie News Now.
Thanks, Kara. And demolition is now underway on a pedestrian bridge over a busy section of West 12th Street. It's located near Poplar Street, connecting the old EMI building to Erie Plating Company. Crews began interior demolition on the structure today by removing heaters, windows, and other objects. Full demolition will take place once PennDOT issues detour guidance. Back in June, the Erie Land Bank Board of Directors voted to demolish the bridge over safety concerns after people broke into the skywalk and vandalized it.
I think it's going to send a message that we're transforming this corner. It's the first step. I think visually people are going to be shocked when they drive down 12th Street and it's not there. I think it's going to open up the view, and it's also just frankly a hazard that has to come down.
The work is being funded by a $150,000 grant from the Erie Land Bank. A local partnership is helping families who may be struggling with hunger. The Second Harvest Food Bank has teamed up with the Housing Authority to provide meals to families who live in the Eastbrook apartments. It's all part of the Produce Express program. The initiative helps make fresh produce available to people who lack the resources to go to the food bank. So the food bank uses their mobile food pantry to bring groceries to those who desperately need it.
Transportation is extremely an issue for a lot of folks who can't make it out to spots. So the Produce Express program, think about it as a food pantry on wheels. It's really fantastic. It's one of my favorite programs.
The Produce Express program continues tomorrow. It'll be at the John Horan apartment complex tomorrow afternoon at 3. Thanks for joining us for the Erie News Nowcast. Join us for our next news at 10 p.m. on the CW and 11 p.m. on WICU and WSEE. Have a great night.